Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all here, brought the popcorn, ready to watch SpaceForce take on Riot. Two relatively new teams, as I said in my tweet earlier. But I don't think we're going to have much time to talk about map bans and such because we are hopping into this first map, which is Quarantine. So we're going to get right into the gameplay and then we'll go over bans afterwards. So on the Riot side, we have Seth Bowden, Logical, Zero F's Given, Todd, and who's our last player? Snooperfax. Going up against SpaceForce with Hooneyhalf, Destructor, Diesel, Lionheart, and I cannot see the fifth player, Driver of Car. My co-caster Xandria is also here with me. TFH gets an early pick on Hooneyhalf, and then Driver of Car returns the favor from the tank courtyard.
We might see a little bit of action here between Lionheart and a player from Riot on the south wing.
Seth Bowden taking down Lionheart and his body just falling off of that wing. He is down but not out, so he's still going to get those call-outs out. Not sure how much it's going to help. I don't know if any of his team's around to give him a res either. I think Diesel's going to go for it, it looks like.
And with Seth Bowden retreating back to the east, they should be able to get an easy pickup.
Yeah, it's definitely a viable res right now. Looks like the SpaceForce offense have just kind of stopped in their tracks. Unsure of what's happening. Seth Bowden coming back out of the dunes looking to get those picks and just peeking his head over. Shouldn't be able to see anyone as of right now, but definitely
this could work really well. This could work really well for Riot with, you know, they're going to want to get Lionheart back up and they think it's clear and he'll be able to just pop up and grab him.
So the bodies are client side, correct? So where's the body of Lionheart? You think it's going to be sitting up on the wing still for Seth, so he can't actually get that confirmed?
I think it's going to be somewhere on the ground, normally. But yeah, what we're seeing may not be what he's seeing.
I mean, getting past Seth is going to be hard. You'd have to pick off his little head when he pops up over the dunes, but Diesel just kind of creeping out, going towards blue car now. Seth should see him right about now, unless he can't see him through those palm trees, man. He's just one with the tree. Seth looking the wrong way. Who's going to get the pick first? I think Diesel spotted him.
Just waiting for that opportunity.
Moving with his gun, just trained on those dunes. Behind the rock, so he should be good now. Shots coming out from the glass building. That's a tight angle from Driver of Car, but scaring Seth Bowden out and around back to the north or the east side of the map, leaving Diesel to go get that res free and clear. See if he capitalizes on it.
Looks like Riot has a pretty typical defense with one right on the objective, one to the south, and one in the hotel slightly to the north.
I do not think that my timer is correct. I don't remember what it was when we started the round because we rushed in here, but I think they have a couple more minutes than the timer says. Otherwise, I would be very, very worried on the SpaceForce side because they haven't moved very much at all. And Seth getting a good pick on Driver of Car when he's trying to cross the street or run up the glass building going for objective. Not really sure what his plan was because he'd left his team all the way back in the back.
And Diesel finally getting to Lionheart, but not in time. He is completely dead now.
Oh, that is not good. Diesel also has a bipod on his gun. That's something we don't see in comp very often.
Yeah, I really haven't found it to be that useful. It's such a niche that I just haven't been able to use it in comp.
Yeah, I definitely haven't found it useful. I mean, I use LMGs pretty much consistently, and I haven't found it useful. Diesel should have a good sight picture on Seth right now. Shots ring out, but he does not make contact, and now Seth knows exactly where he is and has the advantage because of all the cover. Seth rotates downstairs, comes out, and doesn't get it. Diesel takes him out and then starts taking shots from the hotel.
He's at the rocks. He's heading towards the Hummer.
Sniper giving good call-outs. 0F moving up the stairs to the objective building and takes out Diesel. Now it is all down to Destructor, who's all the way up in the hotel, gets one, and now is running towards objective. Protected by the wall. He can get all the way up there before he sees it. Who's going to get the shots in there? Destructor gets the kills, and SpaceForce takes the first round.
That was a really good play from SpaceForce. They all moved up as a cohesive unit. You know, there was like one line, like a firing line, that just slowly proceeded up the entire width of the map.
Yeah, and that's in my opinion, that's a very effective way to play these maps. I mean, you have overlapping lines of fire, so if someone goes down, someone else should be able to see where they got shot from, get the refrag. You keep the enemy guessing because you're literally everywhere. I mean, you're spread out across 2 separate streets. It's just hard to pick a target when there are that many.
You know, on the flip side of that, though, I don't think we saw any utility from SpaceForce on that round.
I don't think we did either. Maybe their utility guy was the first one that went down.
Maybe.
We are going to hop back over to the war room in between rounds here, and we're going to talk about bans. You want to tell us who banned what?
Yeah, so SpaceForce went ahead and banned Tanker. I know that seems to be a little bit of a meta coming out now with the new update. And Riot went ahead and banned Cargo.
Yeah, so no fast-paced maps for us today. That's fine because, you know, what does it leave us with? Downfall, Bazaar, Suburbia, all pretty easy ones to cast. I mean, more camera-friendly. Unless someone decides they want to do Subway.
Unless they do that, yeah.
I would love to see a Subway match between these two teams. I think it would be a great one.
I think it would too. Do we have any stats on Subway for either of them?
Well, let's look at the match page. The match page does not show the information that Match page currently doesn't show anything for me, so we're just gonna not do that. And we're gonna go back to the
Riot has not done Subway. They have no stats for that.
none at all.
And neither does SpaceForce.
No.
So that will be new for them too.
Subway.
It'll be very interesting.
I have five rounds won out of 13 for Riot all time.
All time. Okay.
So that's probably before the new update. And we are hopping back in to match 1, map 1, round 2. Know my words. They're just hard.
Yeah, you can't build a pin.
Wait, you want to throw it on the south?
Yeah, it's south. They run it on.
Throw your
Oh, yes, with the rollback that was placed yesterday. Terrible smokes. Oh, Destructor was just handing it off to driver of car. The rollback yesterday affected the smokes. You were able to pull them before the round timer started, and then with 1.5.3 you were not, and then with 1.5.4 you were able to do that again, but there were some issues with that, so we rolled back and we are all playing on 1.5.3. Let's go take a look at the offense. What do we got here? They are pushing hard. We've got one going straight up to tank courtyard, one going to the ambulance. Where is the rest of the team? They are all in the back going south. Why am I only seeing 4?
Because there is only 4. We had one disconnect.
Oh. Well, that's not what you want when going up against a team like this. But maybe Riot can make it work out. We'll see. Riot taking almost the exact same forward offensive positions. They have 0 Fs sitting up at that glass building, And Logical's sitting in the ambulance courtyard or ambulance objective area behind the wall. They can't really see anything from where they are, but I mean they're just sitting there holding, and it looks like Zero F's is getting a little anxious and trying to peek out and get this guy in the what is that? The southeast wireframe, but he's not on the second floor, so he's not visible.
And Superfax, I like his position here by the wing, just proned out on the ground.
I like that too. I think that gives you a decent amount of cover unless someone comes up from the dunes, though. That wing is
Right.
just a super exposed from the dunes. It's a double-edged sword. You have a nice field of view from it. Seth is just hiding behind his rocks over here, but they're staying within range of communicating without the radios, which is, in my opinion, that's something that teams do or should do. I like being able to yell at my teammates without having to take my hands off my gun.
Yeah, there's always some upside to it.
If you ask my teammates, I can yell from anywhere on the map without taking my hands off my gun, and they can still hear me.
I think they may not be such a good thing once the RPG comes into play, though.
It might not. Snooper and Seth pushing up on the south side. Kind of exposed. I mean, if someone was in the dunes right now and they just popped up, they would get one or two of them.
And there happens to be one in the sitting there just waiting. Driver of car.
Smoke's coming out, giving away their south position. Let's see if Driver capitalizes on this newfound information, or if he's just going to wait.
Patience is a virtue in this game at times.
It is. It is one that I do not have in this game. Seth should see Driver. Maybe not.
He's starting to get pinched. We do have a member of Riot in the far south dunes.
Shots come out from Zero F's, and then Driver of Car taking out Seth Bowden. More shots ringing out. Sounds like suppression fire. Driver of Car taking down another one. Zero F's just gone, just like that. And a third coming out for the pick to get to the third one. Superfax hiding behind those rocks, just cowering. Trying to stay alive as much as possible. And some defensive smokes coming out for Driver to reposition. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just to confuse him, but he doesn't. Superfax doesn't get the picks, and that's 3 for Driver of Car. Let's see if he can get the fourth one and get a full squad wipe.
Yeah, his third is only down, but it is resable. That was great patience from Driver of Car, waiting until they get within effective range and popping out one by one and taking them.
Yeah, and also just waiting that long, you know, sometimes they just forget. You know, I know to keep eyes on the dunes, but if I look at the dunes for 2 minutes and no one's there, I'm definitely not going to keep looking at the dunes when I'm making my push.
Right.
Logical, not knowing where these shots came from, I don't know if there's call-outs or not coming out, but he is not in a good position. And Driver of Car with a team wipe.
I know they're going to welcome him back into the tent with open arms. Yeah, I think that really just illustrates how far you can go with just a little bit of patience on defense. I mean, you're not obligated to go anywhere. You just set up those angles and cover them and just sit and wait.
Yeah, it's definitely, it pays off in the long run, unless they don't come your way. If they don't come your way and you've got all that patience, then you just kind of get bored.
That's true. But you never know, you know.
You don't, and that's what the communication's for on the SpaceForce side. And I think that they had a pretty decent communication plan going on. Now we'll see SpaceForce taking on the gas station garage objective, 2 points up on Quarantine 1. Waiting for the team. It sounds like Riot was having technical problems. TFH dropped either mid-round or sometime in between.
It was very early. They barely got out of their spawn before he was gone. So do you think now that Riot kind of knows what they're up against, they're going to be able to turn it around and take the win on this map?
That's a good question. I don't know. Sometimes tech issues get you down, you know, if you're in the middle of a match and you just can't get that momentum. So I don't know if they'll make a comeback. I don't know if they have a fifth player, or yeah, a fifth player, sixth player, I guess, waiting in the reserve. So that might be a problem for them. I know when we have people, we've had a couple of games where our guy would randomly drop, and it stresses out everyone else because they're always worrying and having to check their tablet to see if, you know, one of our guys has gone down just because he dropped.
Right. You don't get that audio cue of hearing gunfire and knowing to look.
Exactly.
The guy.
Plus, it just opens up. I mean, depending on where they're at, it opens up an entire area of angle of attack, which is not something you want happening. But then again, maybe Riot's just warming up. I know it takes some teams, it takes them a couple of points to get, you know, into the game and to feel for their opponent, and maybe they can bring it back. This is a very defensible objective in my opinion, so I think if Riot just sticks with it and keeps their heads on a swivel, they should be able to take it.
Yeah, I agree. We're jumping right in.
Popping right in. The timer did reset. The colors are correct. We are on map 1, match 1, round 3.
You can hit center building without doing anything. Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm just saying, hit them going across.
Riot watching for those south crosses early, but they're not going to see anything because SpaceForce spawned in the north crater, and it looks like they are all 3 going north and 2 are coming down towards the hotel. So no early kills for Riot.
Copy. Yeah, just give us a call.
Yeah, that's always very demoralizing on offense when you pop out of your spawn and immediately, you know, take a loss.
Yeah, dying to pre-fire is never fun.
There's one minute burning upstairs.
Half giving good call-outs through the cement trucks. He called out the guy in center burning upstairs. It's a pretty good line of sight, but I don't know if he can make those shots or not. He thinks he can, so he takes the shots anyways. Definitely good to suppress him. 3 people are still going far, or 2 people are still going in the far north in the wall. And then we have 1 made it into the center. But I don't know what he's actually trying to do. Diesel is sitting on that center objective building behind the glass building, and it's just not... I mean, I guess he's looking for someone to flank south, because he can't see any of the defense right now.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see a defender rush that roof, and I think he's just trying to cover that's what would that be? That's north flank from that.
0F sitting on the plane wing in the far south, though.
I'll let you know if I die.
Spirits are still high on the Riot side. Zero is just over here laughing, talking to his team.
Ooh, that'll get you killed.
It's always good to laugh. You know, I was watching Noman earlier, and he just sings while he's playing, talks to himself, so... If Blaze does it, it's got to be a good strat, right?
Sure.
Very slow build up to this map. No one has made any kind of contact. There's only been 1 call out, and that was the guy in center burning. So far, the offense is just kind of stagnant. They've got a couple of people all the way to the west approach. The defense is really... Ooh, shots are coming out again from Hunihaf. I don't know if he can really hit
He's
that
still
guy.
there. I cannot get him.
He says he can't, but he calls out that he's still there. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by gunfire. We have 2 players over on the west approach coming up now towards the Sarlacc pit. Lionheart and Driver of Car. And Lionheart's a new pickup for this team. He's only been around on this team for a week or two, I think. But he was a
Sounds about
great,
right.
great reservist and a great pickup for this team.
Yeah, I like that Space Force is really just taking their time in this approach.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and they have to get across 2 streets all the way to the garage area. That might be a tough call.
I think they're aware of the time. They're starting to move in. And just as I say that,
Logical
Lionheart
taking
gets
out
down.
Lionheart. Missing driver of car, however, they were running right together.
yes, I'm looking now. I don't think this is going to work out for Space Force.
They still seem like they're really far away. Let's pull up the big map real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got one on roof, one close enough to get to the objective, but they only have a minute 45 left. The other 2 are still back at the glass building, and that just doesn't seem like where you would want to be at this point.
No, not with Riot being 5 strong even still. I just don't see how they're going to pull this off.
Driver having to fight 2. He takes down Logical, and Huniaf takes down Snooperfax. Driver gets another one. Seth Bowden goes down, and he has cleared out the west approach all the way up to the garage. Zero F's returning the favor and getting Diesel and Huniaf with the PKM. Those are some impressive shots. Driver redirecting some smokes. Logical still alive, maybe able to give out callouts. I'm not sure if he can see, because he's on the stairs on my screen, so I don't know if he can see Driver running in here, but Driver is going up on the 2nd floor, and it sounds like Logical saw him and gave a call out. 45 seconds left.
I'm at twins right now.
Driver of car has to hear Logical calling out his position from behind him. He is coming up on him.
Structures pad out.
Pad out. He's capping. He's going to cap around the side. Grenade's coming out for that sound cover. Unseen has no idea that Destructor's right there, and he's going to cap it. Space Force taking map 1, 4-0.
Very nice. Very nice play.
Disregard everything we said about it being a terrible play. They made it work.
You know, a lot of times I think waiting it out, being patient, getting the other team nervous, and then just coming in hard and strong, a lot of times is the way to go.
It's a beginner style approach.
Exactly.
I mean, it does work for them.
What do you think we're going to see as our next match?
Tough call. Let's see. Let's look at some stats. What do we have? Well, I don't need to look at the stats because we are going into the next map, and it is Downfall. This map is, let's see, Riot. This is not one of Riot's strongest maps. They only have a 38% round win percentage. So I'm assuming... Wait. Is this their choice?
Space Force is home.
SpaceForce
Typically, this would
is on
be
Volt,
Riot's
though.
choice.
Why would Riot choose this map? I'm not sure. But whatever. Let's go for it.
And Space Force has a 55% round win on Downfall.
Yeah, but that's only out of 11 games played. So I mean, statistics with that small of a sample are not statistics that I trust. Now, on the Riot side, they have 72 rounds played, and they've only won 27, and that is a stat that I would trust more.
You know, I don't think stats are a very good predictor of outcome, but they are something to talk about.
That is true. I personally hate stats. I think that you can make stats say whatever you want, depending on how you arrange it. So,
I would love to see some sort of analysis to find out what the best predictor of outcome would be on these games.
well, I know that Remmer on your team, right? Hand of Death?
Yeah.
Built that the OnBot, which does a win prediction algorithm that I find very amusing, and I should have used it. Actually, well, I will use it as soon as we get into the next break. We are going into map 2, round 1. Let's see if Riot. This is Riot's pick, right? I mean, that's what we think. So, let's see if Riot can take their map.
Hey, Mooney, what if I go in this dumpster or this all-purpose building?
I'm going in there. I'm going in that dark side. Yeah.
And we have quick spawn, so this should be a quick round.
Lionheart taking down one with the AK. More shots ringing out. Lots of shots ringing out.
We have 0F and Lionheart in Center Hotel together.
Lionheart takes him down. 0F's had no idea he was there.
Dead motel.
That's putting us into a 5v3.
Unseen threat, kind of stuck behind this ice cream truck. I don't know if he has any utility on him. Let's see. He does, but he's not going to use it this far out. Going to have to use it to get any farther up the map. I mean, with one enemy in the top of Center Hotel, and now Snooper is right up on him. One good grenade, an airstrike, a Killinger airstrike right now would just take them out. Snooper getting a little aggressive, coming around the corner and not getting the kill. Lionheart taking down another. That's three for Lionheart? Is that right?
I believe so.
My scoreboard is not working, so I cannot check the scores. But maybe we'll see Lionheart get a squad wipe here. Unseen threat shooting through a really tight angle, through the door and then through the following window to get to the Center Hotel. However, he didn't get any shots on.
He's on hotel roof.
That was a really beautiful angle.
I really didn't know that was possible. That is something new. I'm going to have to try. Seth Bowden, however, is flanking all the way around. He's on the east side now, prone, trying to get a shot onto the guy on the Center Hotel. Takes shots, gives away his position, doesn't get the kill, and Lionheart, I'm assuming, gets the call out.
I got shot from, I think, red truck building, like one of the upper red truck buildings or something.
Yep, there comes the call out. Not really sure where it came from. Upper red truck is what he said. It's pretty close.
He's definitely in the area of, or at least the direction of.
But the rest of SpaceForce is just sitting on objective. I mean, they don't even have to do any work at this point. No one can get past Lionheart.
I'm gonna watch the canyon.
Oh, but Lionheart has turned his attention to the south side. He's watching the canyon now.
And we have Destructor at church watching the western approach, although I don't think he's going to see any contact there.
Seth Bowden all the way around behind the center bungalow now, heading towards the stables. I don't know if he's moving fast enough that he's going to get anywhere where he's going to be useful, but we said that about the last round too, and you know, our predictions didn't pan out. However,
no, not at all.
Unseen is kind of pinned in this helicopter bungalow area. If he can't take out Lionheart, if he can't get a pick, then I don't know how he's going to run out there without... I mean, he already used one smoke.
Is there any on the ground? There is a smoke right in front of him on the ground he could pick up.
trying that tight angle again, but not getting shots.
I mean, the way Lionheart's moving around, if he's patient, he might be able to get him as he comes in the line of fire.
More shots ringing out from Seth onto Lionheart, but not hitting him either.
And we're just sort of stagnant. We just have to get rid of Lionheart before Riot can move up really at all.
Yeah, I mean, Lionheart's definitely showing how a one person in a good spot can just stop a push. I mean,
If Seth could rotate around through Valley, he might be able to shake things up a little bit. But he just doesn't seem like that's what he's doing.
no, I think he's trying to get up and get on it. He only has 1:40 left. He's got a good approach. He can get all the way up to the upper dumpster building without anyone seeing him. Unseen threat going down, and it's a 5v1 now. Seth is getting up towards the objective, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it past 4 defenders.
You think Destructor hurt him?
You mean driver of car?
That's what I mean, yeah.
I think so. But it doesn't matter because Lionheart got him.
Thank you.
Good,
Wow.
good call out. Lionheart taking 4 out of 5 down.
That was a really good round for Lionheart.
Ace
Yeah, that center
reservist.
hotel. Exactly. That center hotel is really a powerful position. If you can keep your head down, you can see almost the entire map from there.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be. I know a couple of times I've been up there though, and I've been flanked, not expecting it, and just one shot to the back of the head, and I'm out.
Yeah. Because that's the flip side, is that then you can be seen from almost the entire map. And it's just impossible to watch 360 degrees around you to keep from getting shot.
It is, and I know the times that I've been shot up there, I've always thought that I am covered from behind, and it's obviously not. SpaceForce with the unanswered 5 points in a row. 2 maps in now. What do you think?
Yeah,
Do you
at
think
this
Riot's
point-
going to bring it back?
Depending on what the next map is, maybe. I mean, they got to bring it back here first. I don't know. I mean, after you've been beat down that many rounds, it's really hard to turn around.
What would you pick if you were Riot? What would you
For
pick
next
for your last
map?
map?
Probably Subway. But that's me. If I was Riot, Suburbia. It would have to be Suburbia.
Yep, I think you're right. We are in 2. Match 2, round 2. It is
See it.
not the quick spawn.
I don't think that it is.
Hold on, I gotta focus it.
Logical complaining about his binoculars not working as he makes circle hands. They're
That'd be a
keeping
cool
it
thing
light.
to add into the game.
It would be. I think it's been requested a lot. Binoculars. Superfax going up, getting into the center hotel, taking that strong position that Lionheart was in there on before.
And Honey Half and Lionheart are just pushing right down the hill from North Red Truck.
Yeah, maybe that has something to do with the 5 points that they've taken unanswered. You know, you get a little overzealous when you think that you can just run over people. Ooh,
That is
that is
true.
bad zoom. I did not want to do that. Sorry, chat. Shots coming out from Diesel onto the white building, and he is using that the bipod. I mean, I guess this is the use for it. All the way
This
across
would
the
be.
map, shooting, keeping a stable shot on this white building, keeping Seth pinned. Very impressive. I would love to see one of those land. For the rest of
Yeah.
SpaceForce, we've already got driver of car and destructor have moved up to the Marsoc twins and are taking up positions.
Guns are in position.
calling out to his team that they are ready, and I guess we're going to see a Space Force push.
Logical's actually pushing up along the center road a little bit.
That's actually a pretty good position I've not seen, but I mean, hiding behind those walls is really effective. You kind of blend in with, you know, your head. The walls aren't like a straight line, so your head just kind of looks like another rock.
Yeah, and with that little picket fence, like,
Tango at
you're
white
not going to
building
be able to
down.
be
Tango
seen
1.
through that at a glance, at least.
Especially when you're not expecting someone there. Driver of car takes down the white building, Seth Bowden, but he hasn't killed him, so I'm assuming Seth is going to be making call-outs through the window.
I think we're about to see how good that picket fence is for cover, as Lionheart and Honey Half are moving along the road by the food truck.
I don't think they're looking that way, though. I wouldn't expect anyone over there. Lionheart definitely not looking that direction. Taking shots on Center Hotel. Definitely more focused there.
Clooney, I think
Logical
there's a guy in the middle floor, the dark green.
popping up and taking shots at Lionheart, giving away his position and not getting the shot.
There's one behind the wall. There where the smoke is. There he's at the smoke.
Bad smoke, and Honey Half just calls him out right there where the smoke is. I don't know if that smoke was intentional. Logical rotating back, but not getting enough smoke cover and getting taken down by Honey Half. Two Space Force up in the Marsoc Twins, putting in some work and just kind of pinning people down, but Snooperpack gets Destructor in the Marsoc North. Driver of car rotating down into the valley to make this approach. I noticed that there's no fall damage anymore. Have you noticed that?
Really?
In the 1
I have
point,
not.
I'm not sure which update it was, and I'm not sure if it was intentional, but I know I've taken a header right off of the white building area and not taken any damage.
Yeah, ever since the first time I got down due to fall damage, I sort of just tried to avoid it.
Honey Half doing work, taking out Logical and Unseen Threat. Lionheart now up on the top, and Space Force taking the win again. Only losing one player.
This has been a really strong series for Space Force. I'm fairly impressed.
Yeah, this is definitely not what I was expecting from Riot.
No, not at all.
I mean, they were they played Globochem last week because of their MMR rating. So they're pretty high up there, right? I mean,
That is right.
Space Force is the underdog right now. We have, let's see, a 1210 gold rating for Riot and a 1200 silver rating for Space Force. So not that drastically different MMR-wise, which is what we use to do all these matchups. Stands for matchmaking rating, correct?
Right.
And the secret sauce is only known to the kin man.
Yeah, and here just looking at the standings, Riot is 17th worldwide and Space Force is 18th worldwide, so they're very close.
17th worldwide in the gold. Wow. And it's looking like, looking at the standings again, that if Space Force or if Riot loses this one, they have the little demotion arrow on their star rating, so they might get bumped down to silver if they lose this. Well, let's see if we can get a comeback. We are now into match 2, round 3. Riot on offense. Follow the offense here. Got a North Villa spawn going for the... What is that building called?
E.
I don't have... Is that the helicopter bungalow? Is that what you would call that? Or is that the one to the east of the helicopter? I feel like that's helicopter bungalow.
I think you're right.
It's the closest one. That's what we'll call it. I am not a fan of these objectives. There's not really... The only way you can approach these, in my opinion, is to do a bounding cover down this north east to west approach between these buildings. But they have... The defense has Destructor up on those center sandbags, and he's got a pretty good line of sight, and he should be seeing Unseen or 0F's given. Definitely be seeing Unseen. It's a very aggressive spot. It pays off if you're patient. I don't think Destructor is patient enough to make it pay off the way that most teams would, where you kind of just wait and let them get past you and then shoot them. But it does provide a lot of cover and a lot of good call-outs. Doesn't look like he can see Unseen.
Okay, never mind. North bungalow, red truck bungalow on the east side.
I take that back. He called one out in the north bungalow. Well, he called it a bungalow, so I'm not really sure. I know that's not their team call-out for that building. But he does see Unseen, and he's putting shots on him, giving away his position. The rest of Riot, we have Seth doing his little snaky prone again, and we've got Snooperfax all the way over in the Marsoc Twins already. That could cause some havoc if he gets around behind the team. 0F's taking out Destructor in those center sandbags.
I do not know if I shot him or killed him.
But doesn't know that he actually killed him. That might put a little slow up on their approach. And then Lionheart taking out Logical with a pretty far shot from center hotel basement. Diesel taking out 0F's given.
In front of red truck.
I really like what Honey Half is doing here back by the food truck. He's just sort of glancing side to side and giving out call-outs.
Yeah, I've seen that play more and more. I know a couple of people that like to do it either behind the white tower there or behind the ice cream truck or just on the walls along this road. They like to just kind of peek up, run around. Not really in a defensive position, but more in an informational position. And then they can get back to objective as quickly as possible. I think Hunihav has the best position to do it, though, because he's so close to objective. And really, who's going to come out and shoot you? You'd have to get all the way
Driver, can you change your
to the
angle
east
little
of
bit so
the
that you're
church
watching, more
before you
than
could
one
get a
guy?
shot on him.
Yeah. East of church and then out by sandbags.
If you get out to sandbags without anyone seeing you, I will be very
So
impressed.
basically watch my back and I'm watching south.
And you have telling Driver to watch towards the sandbags like you just called out, and Huni is going to watch south, and Driver is going to be watching north.
And Snooperfax coming up on Dumpster here.
Coming out through the little valley, putting shots out, giving away his beautiful flank, but still making it all the way up to the lower dumpster building.
Two and a half minutes remaining.
Hunihav can see him through that window, I believe. I don't know if he can shoot through it, but he comes out and takes the shots anyways. Super getting pushed back into and then taking out by Driver. So nice cleanup and some good teamwork right there. Seth Bowden just walking out in the middle towards the center sandbags. No cover, no nothing. Very risky push. But it doesn't look like anyone has eyes on him. Lionheart might get some eyes on him in a second.
Yeah,
I think it's the only thing in sandbags.
He called him out and he saw him. He just can't shoot him. But Driver of Car can, and he takes him out. How it's all up to set unseen threat. Is he gonna try and go for the res?
I think so. Yeah, when Seth went down, he exclaimed, "How?" Like, he didn't even see that one coming.
Unseen, gonna get seen by Diesel very soon. This is just, he took out a, yeah, there's a friendly body just sitting there. This is not where you would walk into, and Diesel takes him out just like he took out the other one. SpaceForce goes up another point.
And now it's do or die for Riot. This is a very tough position they're in.
Match point on defense. I mean, that's doable, right? Defense is easier. That's what everyone says.
That's what they say. Especially on this map, as long as you cover the angles, you just have to wait for them to walk into it, and then just be that little bit faster on the trigger.
Definitely a lot of reaction time plays into that because I know we've just watched the angles and they just come around the corner and shoot us.
Yeah. Kind of one of those things where it's simple, but not easy.
It makes sense in my head, but it doesn't make sense when we do it. We are into round 4, map 2. Let's see if...
Same spawn up in the north.
Exactly. Let's see what Riot sets up for a defense. I think they're going to take some notes from their opponents and set up some spots pretty much similar.
I think we might see a little bit of a similar play.
Logical carrying a C4. Diesel already downing Snooperfax, going for the hotel, I assume. Shots coming out on a Logical from somebody. Diesel taking... Wait. Didn't Diesel already kill Snooperfax? Did I just see Snooperfax die twice?
Did he only down him?
I thought he killed him the first time.
Sniping me over there. I think it's headquarters building.
Lionheart giving in good call-outs, while the rest of the team just kind of sets up their attack. Destructors in the North Hotel should have good lines of sight on basically the entire team. If anyone comes out from a window, he will know. Putting shots down on Logical at the ice cream truck. All Logical has to do is stay down and he can move out of there, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't rotated out. I guess he's just hunkering down and waiting. And just as I say that, he rotates out.
Clear. He has already taken shots on his mad dash to plant that C4. So maybe he is a little more laid back. Or not laid back, reserved, I guess is the word I'm looking for. To
Oh, by the way, I just saw
peeking.
somebody run into the Center Hotel from West Road.
And Lionheart calling out that Unseen had made it to the Center Hotel. Driver of car pushing solo up towards this APC. Should be able to get all the way up there without anyone seeing him. And who else do we have? I am wrong. Logical could see him from a quick peek around the corner on objective, but Driver is not dead. He's just down. So callouts are coming out, calling out the man on OBJ. I think those were supposed to be confirmation shots from Logical, but he didn't hit anything. Doesn't look like anyone is making a rotation back to get Driver. Huni is all the way over in the north Marsoc Twins. Looking.
Yeah.
I would start shooting.
I'm just sort of sitting on objective looking at all the offense, and they don't seem to be moving all that quickly. But they do have a nice wide across the map.
Huni have putting some suppressing shots onto the OBJ corner. Logical getting really aggressive, poking out and shooting at what just shot at him, which is not really something you should do on downfall on the objective. Like, you're the guy that's supposed to stay alive the longest.
You know, sometimes when you're in that position, though, everything you've been doing hasn't been working. Maybe it's time to try all the crazy stuff.
That is true. Switching it up mid-game does throw teams off. Diesel pushed up hard all the way to the HQ building, and Lionheart right behind him. 0F's in the upstairs window, getting ready to come out and take a pick, and here comes the shot. He doesn't get any of him, and Lionheart takes him out. Oh my god, what? Wow. That is not how that should have gone.
Downstairs, just sitting and waiting. I don't believe they know he's there.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Oh, and Logical taking down Lionheart with the C4. What a good play. Diesel taking out Unseen Threat in the Center Hotel. Someone
Diesel's
please
about to get-
clip that C4. And Seth Bowden coming out finally and taking down Diesel in the back. That's the patience that you were talking about earlier.
Absolutely.
Hooney half all the way down in the dumpster buildings.
And now Destructor is going to try again.
Destructor says, hey, I just lost 2, but let's try again. And he's coming up. He's checking the basement this time. He knows someone came out of there. But is he going to get Seth, or is Seth going to get him? Who's going to make more noise is the game we're playing right now. And I just heard Destructor's feet, so Seth has to know where he is. But he doesn't need to come out. I mean, he can just sit there and wait.
And while we were watching that, Hooney half has made it to Center Hotel.
Logical is just behind the wall, creeping towards Center Hotel, too. Man, I can't watch both of these at once. Grenades come out, smokes are coming out from Destructor. The Destructor taking out Logical.
Now all we have to do is worry about Seth.
I don't think he needs to worry about Seth. I think that Seth needs to worry about Hooney half, because if he just goes for it. Oh no. Oh no. Destructor just running out in front of Seth. Seth getting another one in the back. But Hooney half has got smokes out on objective. Let's see if he can make it in there. I don't know. Seth can't see him through that. There's no way. Seth, knowing this, he just checked his tablet. He knows his entire team is down. He should be rotating out. He's checking his backside to make sure no one else is coming around that corner. But he needs to get back up on objective. And Hooney half not using those smokes to hide in, but he still gets the kill. Wow. That was close.
That was a really good minute of play there. I don't know if I would have been able to not try to cap there.
I think I would have gone for it. I mean, with all that smoke cover that he had, I feel like all he had to do was run in the street instead of the other side, and he would have been good. But we do have the third map.
Well,
It
let's
is
take it back
now
for VRML.
Bizarre.
Bizarre. Not what I predicted, but
Wait, I thought you did predict Bizarre.
no, I said Suburbia.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Yeah. Of course, what have I been right about prediction wise?
Hey, we say things and then the teams just don't listen. It's not our fault that
No.
they don't listen.
Oh.
But Bizarre is another caster-friendly map, in my opinion. This should be lots of tight corners, close combat, everything you could want. It's got long-range engagement, short-range engagements. It's got flanks. It's got cover. It's got penetrables. I mean, what more do you want? It's a great map. Let me know in chat what your favorite map is so we can just, start a poll, get some stats, maybe some inside information so I know what to ban when I play people. Just, general information.
You're not supposed to come out and say it.
I mean, I like to be honest with my opponents.
Okay.
Like, tell me what your favorite map is and I'll tell you what we'll ban when we play you.
Alright, looks like we have all the players in the lobby now. Should be starting any moment.
So Riot has lost 8 points in a row. Do you think that they're going to be playing fast and loose on this last one, or are they going to try and stick tight, minimize that MMR loss, and just
I think they're
hold
going to go
on?
hard.
You think they're going to
I
go
think-
hard flanks?
Oh.
You want to see?
We are going to see a completely different team this map.
I'm all for it. That sounds like so much fun. Heard the timer. Oh, there we go. And we are into match 3, round 1. Riot on defense. TFH and Logical just saying hi to the casters, showing that love.
There was a guy at this fucking trash can here
At least they still have good spirits.
But SpaceForce with the quick spawn getting all the way up in their past Bazaar now. It's not a good spot. Lionheart coming around the corner. Logical saw him. He did not.
Snooperfax rotating back to the center street might meet Lionheart here really quickly.
F's throwing a grenade into the Bazaar, but not catching anyone. Lionheart and Snooperfax just looking at each other, but not shooting. And just right behind them. You can't tell. I don't know. Destructor taking down Lionheart in the back. Oh no. I don't know what was going on there, but Driver getting Snooperfax. I think he saw the shots coming at him and shot towards them and couldn't see the backside of his teammate. That is just not a good way to go. I'm sure Lionheart's not happy about that.
And I wouldn't be either.
Seth Bowden taking down Driver of Car from this very strange defensive position. I mean, I guess it's a good one. You cover everyone coming around that east side. But it's super aggressive, and I like it. Now he's rotating back towards objective. We have 4v3. SpaceForce is down to 3 right now. Hero F still on objective. Logical watching that the alleyway. I don't really know if there's a call out for that, but between the Kiat and the objective area, he's watching the alleyway to the north or to the south from the north. But he's about to see Diesel if he walks out any farther.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they were practically looking at each other there for a second.
He's trying to look between the slats of this I mean, he's laying on his side looking through the slats on this little shack thing. I don't know what they're called. It's both a good and a bad position. If you shoot and miss, you can get shot immediately. There's no cover. Destructor taking down TFH. Flash coming out, but not getting anything.
Should we take a moment to talk about the difference between concealment and cover?
We should talk about concealment and cover. Oh no, 0F's getting Seth. And then Diesel coming in and taking out both of them. More shots coming out on teammates. Jeez. So many team kills right now, guys. Diesel got Pat out. He's capping.
Oh.
Logical's coming back,
Logical's
but they are
back.
too slow. That was a fast cap.
And great at the end.
So, what is the difference between cover and concealment?
So cover will stop a bullet, and concealment will just hide you from vision.
Which one
So
is
those
better?
wooden boxes. Well, cover is always better because they can't shoot through it. But concealment is almost always as good because if you can't see it, you can't shoot it.
Concealment only works until you shoot. Then
Exactly.
your position is entirely blown. Kind of like those new sniper towers on Snow Peak, the fun map that should get added to the league very soon. But
I disagree, but
I
that is only
love
my-
that map. Oh man, how much have you played it? Because it did take a while for me to come around to it.
I only played it a few times. I do not look forward to having to learn that map.
Did you think it's a big map? I mean, in your opinion, do you think it's a big map?
Yes.
Because Mr. Death told me that it is smaller than Downfall, which blows my mind because it feels so much bigger, but I think it's because there's just so much content in it. I mean, there's like 5 different valleys. There's the underground bunker area, there's the hangars, the ice lake. I mean, there's just so much changed in scenery that I think it feels bigger. But overall, as a map, it's not any bigger than Downfall.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that.
I think my biggest problem with it is it's so hard to distinguish friend from foe. But apparently that seems to be a problem on Bazaar still. So I mean, you know, whatever. We are hopping in. We are not. This is not round 3. This is round 2. Ignore that pop
And
up
we have a quick spawn this round. Again.
again. Mirrored spawns.
Well, no, I heard talking, but like I just didn't hear it on the mic, so I just thought it was an enemy. That's all.
0F's explaining why he shot Snooper in the face. Oh,
Hey,
bad
things
camera
happen.
work. They do. He said, I heard talking, but I didn't hear any talking on the mic, so he just assumed it was an enemy. TFH is running all the way up into the kiosk, getting super aggressive, all the way to the east side without getting shot. Coming out and trying to take out Lionheart. Up under the window, getting ready to throw a nade in this building. Cooking it. Let's see if he gets it in the window. He does.
It's not going to.
Doesn't get anybody, and he's about to run into Diesel. If Diesel peeks, TFH is just running in here, man. He's going full out. Comes around pre-firing, takes down Lionheart, but doesn't get the kill. Diesel taking down Snooperfax in the Bazaar. And Lionheart is back up. Logical takes him down Destructor. Zero F sitting, or laying down in the Bazaar, shooting through that little alleyway, and then Diesel taking him out. Too much fire coming from the offense, and it's giving away their positions before they're ready.
Now we're into a 4v2.
Logical pinned behind these little concrete blocks, bricks, and Hooneyhalf taking him down with one shot to the head. What do we have left? Where is this last man?
4v1.
Seth Bowden all the way in the southeast corner by himself. What would you do in this position? Would you continue the approach?
Absolutely, you have to.
I mean,
Gotta
would you
be very,
continue
very
this
careful.
angle, I guess? Or would you have
yes.
rotated out?
Yes.
He's gonna run into Hooneyhalf, who's just standing out in the street. He should have heard those shots, those confirmation shots from Hooney to make sure that body was down. But he's gonna have to cross the street all by himself, no cover.
And he's.
I mean, it is open right now. He's got it. He could get all the way up into the blue room before anyone sees him if he goes for it. But then again, we're in caster vision and we see all, and they see what's right in front of them.
Yeah, a little bit ago, Seth missed an angle on Hooneyhalf. He could have had him.
Maybe he just didn't want to take the shots. I mean, I wouldn't personally. If I saw someone running away from me on a, and I know that my entire team is down, I want to be as quiet as possible.
I would take him out right then and there before I have to go find him again.
A pretty long range shot. Maybe he didn't think he could make it. I don't know. Definitely different ways to play. I mean, that's what makes this game so much fun, is there are so many different ways to play. And that's why we love to cast them, because we get to see everything. We get to see crazy C4. We get to see bipods, scopes. What else have we seen this week? There's been so much cool stuff added this week.
You know what I haven't seen yet? A Molotov cocktail being used.
You are right. I have not seen one single Molotov being thrown in a league match. And I know for a fact that there is now a nice burning animation that happens in the caster view. And Hooneyhalf coming out. Seth catching him, though. Downing him, but not getting the confirmation, so Hooney's going to give away his positioning.
I wonder why he didn't confirm. He must have just felt confident that he was confirmed already.
I think it's because he didn't hear those screams that you hear when someone goes down.
That's
the body
true.
didn't. It didn't do those. Seth getting another one, taking out Lionheart. Very good pick. He's got 2 minutes to work with, and he's got 2 people to fight.
Did he just have a negligent discharge?
He most certainly did. He was trying to reload and almost shot himself in the foot. We call them desk pops, not negligent discharges.
Okay.
You've seen that, right? You know what that reference is from?
No, I don't.
I believe it's the other guys, Will Ferrell, and he's a rookie or a new cop, and the guys are like, "Yeah, do a desk pop, good job," and they tell him to pull his gun out and just shoot. And it's a great scene. You should definitely go watch it.
Okay, maybe
The
after
other
the
guys,
cast.
Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, it's hilarious.
Surprised nobody on SpaceForce has rotated back to pick up Hooneyhalf.
I don't think I would. I mean, you'd have to cross a street when you're on defense and you don't know where the opponent is. I would want to not get the... I would want to prevent the cap at all costs. I would let my teammate bleed out and give me call-outs. Sorry, team. Seth Bowden coming in nice and quiet, but I don't think quiet enough. I'm pretty sure Driver heard him.
Yeah, I did hear one little footstep from him.
And it's so hard, man. You have to listen. You have to be moving. Even if you can't hear yourself moving, you're not moving slow enough. You have to move even slower than that. It's just It's grueling to move at a quiet pace in this game.
That's very true.
And it's even harder on a Vive. Man, it's so bad with those touchpads.
I mean, driver car is still kind of looking away. I don't think he hears anything. He's looking back and forth checking.
Diesel sees him. Driver's shooting at something after those shots went out. But Riot... Wait, that's not right. Riot didn't take that. Ignore the scoreboard. That's the first time it's been wrong, I believe. SpaceForce took that.
Is SpaceForce going to completely...
I think this is going to be a
sweep this
12-0.
map?
All they have to do is defend our new objective, the ice cream truck. What do you call this objective? You call it the ice cream truck objective? Do you call it like South Central? I don't really have a good name for it.
Yeah, neither do I. Humvee objective?
I guess Humvee objective is the closest one to a Humvee. For all those people hanging out in the Twitch chat right now, if you want to get those fun emotes on this channel, you need at least 50 followers, I believe.
50 followers, 3 average viewers over the last 30 days, and 7 streamers over the last 30 days.
Yeah, so make sure to follow us, and we will make sure to give you content. Hopefully, we can get affiliate on all 3 of our channels by the end of this season and get all those emotes everywhere.
I think that would be a really solid and really doable goal.
We are into possibly the final round. Map 3, round 4. SpaceForce, offense. Riot, defense.
And they're up in the northwest spawn.
Do you go with the meta approach right here and just kind of smoke the street, cross, and then worry about what you're going to do after?
Some top fronts as well.
Yeah.
They should have a few.
I think that's
Send
what
at
they're
least
going to do.
Send at least one guy into the far south. You know, one kind of straight on.
Throw from Diesel did not go anywhere where he needed it. And that one went way too far, all the way across the street, and then got eaten by the street. But Lionheart taking out TFH. Putting out suppressing shots onto the objective building. No one's there, but he's going to suppress it anyways. Logical shooting at the Kiot person. Not putting any shots on, and the Kiot just suppressing as well. Destructor. Zero F's is taking up TFH's spot, and he gets driver of car on the cross, but 3 have already made it across in that smoke. Diesel, Lionheart, and Hooneyhalf. They are all the way up in the change building. Zero F's going down from Diesel. Not dead. Calling out. Diesel trying to confirm him through the wall. And Logical coming out and getting Diesel. Snipervax taking out Hooneyhalf in the alleyway. It is down to Lionheart in the upstairs. Revive comes out from Logical. It's now 4-on-1. Lionheart just not able to do that clutch move. We have 4 Riot up to 1 SpaceForce. And they know exactly where he is. Would you send someone out to go hunt him down, or would you just hold up 4 deep on defense?
At this point in the game, I might just sit tight. You know, you're that far down, it would be really nice to get some points.
I've got one.
Kill counts coming out. But I'm only hearing... I heard 1. How many they know that they're down. If I was Riot right now, I'd be putting someone in an aggressive position, like up in the bazaar, looking back towards objective, because with 1 person on this map, you're not going to be able to know where they're coming from. I mean, he rotated out of the Kiot and they haven't seen him since. So if he plays his cards right, if Destructor plays his cards right, he could get all the way right up close, but he doesn't. He gets caught out in the middle of the street, but Destructor gets the kills and continues his rotation south.
Well, at least they know which side of the map he's on now.
They do, and they should definitely use that information and rotate into a better defensive position.
I really like the position Seth is in. He's going to see him as soon as he crosses that corner. They know where he's at. Looks like Seth is just waiting for a better shot.
Seth gave up peeking on that wall. That was such a good spot. You know, you get that overhead, but it also only makes your head visible, which means any shot is going to be a headshot. That's not always the best way to play.
Zero F's is rotating in from the north.
Seth, oh, and he gets the trade, and Riot gets their first point in
That series.
12 points, in 11 point, in 12 points. First point in 12 points. Wow,
Yeah.
that is. It might be a comeback. We might see a 4-point roll now. We'll see. It was a very good defense on Riot's part, and a very fast defense. I mean, they shut down that entire push. They had 3 or 4 people coming at him from the west side, and they shut that whole thing down.
Do you think SpaceForce just got overconfident?
I don't know if they got overconfident. I mean, if I was up 3-0 or 11-0 on the entire series, I mean, either way, I'd be doing that strat. I'd be smoking that road out, and I'd be crossing with 3 deep, trying to get into that alleyway and taking them out. I think that they might have been slightly more aggressive about it than normal, but I still think either way that would have been the play from that spawn.
Right. Are you experiencing any lag
In game on the stream,
in game?
I don't think so. Are you talking about the players rubber banding?
No. Just like the frame rate in general. I'm dropping frames like crazy.
I am not experiencing any of that. All right, still what could be the final round. We are in map 3, round 5. Yeah, that's right. Round 5.
It looks like Riot's going to take a totally different approach and head to the east.
Let's see if it pays off for them.
Oh, we get one disconnect. Are they going to disconnect in time?
Then a round reset happens.
Okay, they got it in time.
Yeah, it looks like TFH disconnected on the Riot side, so hopefully he gets back in here really quickly.
Yeah, it looked like Riot was setting up to head to the east, kind of do the opposite of what SpaceForce did.
So how would that play out for you? You run to the east, do you go to the kiosk and then cut in, or do you go all the way past the hotel and cut up the east side? 5
I think
strong.
I'd do like no, not 5 strong. Do like a 2-3 split. Maybe send 2 to the kiosk and a 3 go all the way east.
All right, we are back. We have all 5. Let's
We saw this one, yeah, exactly.
see if this works out.
I like look at the floor and I just start laughing.
I'm glad that we have like the week off of the All-Star tournament, so
Oh right, the All-Star tournament. TFH just mentioning that is next week, and they have a week off. So if you're watching chat right now and you think, I don't know if the deadline has passed. I know it was sometime today. I think
tonight, like midnight tonight in some time zone.
So if you think you have what it takes to play in the All-Star tournament, definitely go sign up. Find the announcement from Dakin and
He saw us.
Logical saying that he got seen. But they are going 5 strong up the east side. Oh, 4
And
now.
Diesel's calling them out.
Logical got spotted when he crossed to the east side of the kiosk in that little alleyway. He said that he got seen, and then he told his team, "There's gonna be one waiting for us."
Yeah, we got it.
Seth Bowden crossing the street and Diesel taking him out.
Some got close.
Smoke's coming out. A little too far. Second one, good. Third one, very good. But Diesel's coming up through the smokes, and TFH is... Oh, he made it across. Diesel coming right across the street, getting super aggressive. Snooperfax downing Logical. A team kill. Snooperfax confirming. He just confirmed him standing over his dead body. Wow, pulling a Panko right there. And then Lionheart downing TFH. Destructor downing someone else. I didn't read the kill out. But it's all down to 1 now. Zero F's just stuck in this east courtyard. Not very happy that his entire team is already dead. Man, I don't know what happened with that team kill. Did he like try and res him and still have his hand on the gun? Because he stood over the body.
Yeah, I didn't see it directly.
I didn't see it happen, but when I looked over, he was standing right on top of it. Zero F's picking up Lionheart right out in the middle of nowhere. Diesel getting shots onto Zero F's, but not going down. We are not on the patch that slows you down when you're in bleed out mode. That was one of the new features that they added in 1.5.4, which should come out on Tuesday. If you go into bleed out mode, you can no longer sprint.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
I like it. I haven't been I'll like it up until it happens to me, I guess. I'm not sure how I'll feel about it once it happens, but I mean, it seems more realistic to me.
I'd like it if you sprinted, it would make you bleed out faster.
That was suggested. Was that you that suggested it in the Discord
No.
earlier? Someone did
No,
put
but
that
I'm
up in the
suggesting it
suggestions. So, I mean, that is a thought. Yeah. Zero getting a good rotation. He's out in the bazaar now. But now he has to watch all sides because he has Diesel's behind him while he's making this approach. Diesel's up on the north wall. He has 3 defenders to deal with down on the objective still, so we'll see.
At about 2 minutes and 45 left. He's got all the time in the world.
Once again, he has all this concealment, but he has no cover in this bazaar. This is all shootable. Oh, let's see. Does he have... He has 1 smoke, 2 smokes. He's got 2 smokes. He's got a red and a green smoke on him. So he could make it rain like Christmas, but he'd have to capitalize on the smokes very quickly and get across the street. 1 defender in blue room, 1 defender on objective, and 1 watching the alleyway. He's going to have to deal with at least 2. Diesel is now coming into the kiosk. If he gets a little more aggressive, he should see Zero. Yeah. Game of cat and mouse right here. He's just creeping up into the bazaar. Very aggressive play for not knowing where the offender is. Moving into the bazaar where you have no cover from any angle, basically. It's a really risky position, especially now that you... Ooh. And Zero F's picks up Diesel as he runs back to the objective, calling out that he's coming.
Now the 3 of SpaceForce knows where he is and he's pushing up through the smoke.
That smoke working really well on Driver's window. Driver not seeing him. Zero going upstairs. Driver's definitely going to hear him, and Hooneyhalf is going to call something out too. Zero F's coming in the backside. Looking the wrong way, though. I think that Driver of car, he's going to back right into him. Oh, and he got the first shot out, but didn't finish him off. Just like that. I'm not getting the round. There we go. There's the round in. That is it. You are right. Wow. That was not what I was expecting when I chose to cast this match.
Neither. Same. Exactly the same. I mean,
12
to
points.
1.
12 to 1. Well, we hope you enjoyed our cast, and I know that there's another cast going on. Nightfire and Sleepy should be on Onward Master League 1 right now. So as soon as this ends, the channel will start hosting that. or you can hop over there right now so you can talk and chat with everyone. But that is it for the night. This is your caster Triple Nipple with my co-caster Xandria, and we are signing out. Say goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming out.